My name is Barbara Garland, and I'm a member of the Racial Unity Committee of the Rotary Club of Georgetown. Several of us have been asked to record a little bit about how we grew up, how we saw racism, how we are working to become anti-racist. So I'd like to start with a little bit of my history. I grew up in a family of 4 generations of women. My great-grandmother, who lived with us, was born in 1878 after the Civil War. She migrated to Texas from Alabama, and as she came to Texas, I know that she brought many racist attitudes with her. Growing up, I heard the N-word all my life, and I didn't realize till I was much older how pejorative it was. Everywhere we lived was white. There were no black people that I knew about as a child, or even as I was growing up in the teenage years. The schools were separate, everything was separate, so I was very unaware of racism and how it was affecting other people. It wasn't until I was in high school, when I went to a Y-Team conference, that I actually met a black teen, a black peer, and it was so amazing. As we talked, we realized that we were so much alike. We had the same goals, ambitions. We both wanted to do something with our lives. We both wanted to become something. I look back on that experience, and that was the first time I really realized how racist our country was. But like many people, I married, I had children, I worked, I did all of those things, and I never thought about racism very much. I would see headlines and I would think, well, it's an isolated incident. It's probably not that bad. I diminished all of those things that were coming through the media. And I think that's probably my biggest sin of racism, is not paying attention, is not thinking that something was bad just because it didn't affect me. As I'm learning and growing, I'm learning how pervasive systemic racism is. I'm learning how the laws were made to perpetuate racism. I'm learning a lot of the history that we were never taught in school. And I'm appalled. And I'm saddened, and I feel really badly for those who've had to endure these kinds of things their whole lives. As we work in the Racial Unity Committee, we are educating ourselves. We are learning more and more. We are working to actively promote peace, to actively promote ways of changing that systemic racism that is in our world today. We are actively trying to understand better and get a fuller picture of the history and our complicitness in that history. So as I think about today and I think about moving forward, I would like to just say that so many of us can say, well, I'm not a racist. I've said that myself, I'm not a racist, but, and I'm learning and educating myself to the fact that, yes, I have been a racist, even though I didn't realize it. It was racist attitudes by omission rather than commission. So I would invite any of you who are watching this video to begin to think about the ways that you have been complicit and the ways that you can change your life in order to bring about more peace, more understanding, less racism in this world. Thank you very much.